Here on the Louisiana Hayride. His name is Hank Williams, the drifting cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
And welcome everybody to our broadcast. We have two amazing, wonderful songwriters plus an amazing WoodSongs kid. Let's get right to it. He's from Australia. He's a brilliant songwriter. He's going to do a tune from his new album, Tropical Depression. This is called Blame Me If You Want To. Please welcome Jordi Lane to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Talking's sake, you really don't like leaving space. Are you scared of the in-between? Are your darkness shown up it seems? Ragging on that someone else who done you over is why you need my help. Bring me down with you. Oh, what a thing to do. Go blame me if you want to, but no, they won't change a thing. 'Cause I've been trying to tell you, you get nowhere without letting anyone in. Sleeping in again. I know how that goes, my friend. Sucking like a vampire when it suits. Tailor-made like them old cowboy boots. Life of the party, then you're hiding around the bend. You're swinging so fast like a tick-tock trend. Bring me down with you. Yeah, oh, what a thing to do. Go blame me if you want to, but no, they won't change a thing. 'Cause I've been trying to tell you, you get nowhere without letting anyone in. 'Cause I know you're trying to change. Oh, but things have been out of place in this world. So don't be hard on yourself. Yeah, go blame me if you want to, but no, they won't change a thing. 'Cause I've been trying to tell you, oh, you get nowhere without letting anyone in.
WoodSongs is presented in part by our family of WoodSongs partners, by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting people from all over the world to visit our lakes, mountains, parks, sports, music, and art festivals, and more. You can explore everything Kentucky has to offer your family vacation online at KentuckyTourism.com. And by the Martin Guitar Company, building handcrafted guitars for professionals and front porch pickers since 1833. Online at martinguitars.com.
Oh, and welcome everybody to the beautiful and historic Lyric Theater here in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We are celebrating this amazing, wonderful world of front porch grassroots music, broadcasting from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Yuma, Arizona to the Yukon, and across Canada, where so many people get to come to on the WoodSongs stage to introduce their music to you. You don't have to be famous to be on WoodSongs. You just have to be very, very good. That is certainly the case of both of the artists on our broadcast, plus an amazing WoodSongs kid. You heard him to open the show. He's a great Australian singer-songwriter. Believe it or not, he was born to a comedian and a clown, and he spent his early years in a traveling circus. We'll talk to him in a minute, but back to his album, Tropical Depression. This is Different Worlds. Welcome him back. It's Jordi Lane on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
I'm out on the thoroughfare, got my doors wide open, I just don't care. You can hear them rattling on the back of them utes. Out here you call them pickups, now ain't that cute? Different words, same meaning, new set of stars up in my sky. Same world, it's still spinning, but further and further out of time. Yeah. Now I haven't owned a car since '09. I got T-boned by a drunk on the 112 line. I pleaded to settle without insurance. I just took my payout and bought this J45. Different words, same meaning, a new set of stars up in my sky. Same world, it's still spinning, but further out of time. It's just me and my guitar on this road. I barely had time to look back since I watch you we put in our sauce, honey. Ground beef sounds good back home, we call it mince. Different words, same meaning, a new set of stars up in my sky. Same world, it's still spinning, but further and further out of time. Different set of stars up in my sky. Same world, it's still spinning, but further and further out of time.
Beautiful song. It's called Different Words. Jordi Lane, all the way from Australia. It's nice to have you here.
It is an absolute pleasure to be here.
Let's talk about this fascinating upbringing that you had. You were born to a comedian and a clown. This is true, right?
Yes.
And you grew up around the circus, a traveling circus.
Yeah.
Describe this to everybody. That's not the normal upbringing.
No, it's not. And I don't think it's what my parents wanted either. My mum always said she hated nothing more in this world than clowns. And then she
married one.
She met this guy in this theatre troupe. They started travelling together, and then me and my sister were born pretty much on the road, and first 2-3 years of my life was that. And then we settled down back in the city near Melbourne, and that was it.
Well, and music became a sort of a passionate part of your family life. It was your mother that would be telling all these grand stories and stuff that you would be listening to, right? And you'd be learning about the Beatles and all these other groups. So your musical upbringing was kind of diverse. Through your parents.
I mean, my parents would sing, maybe badly, but they would sing around the house, and we only had 5 records at home, and it was the Beatles, Abbey Road, Stevie Wonder, Innovision, and what was the other one? There was a marching band, and
there's always Bob Dylan in there somewhere, right?
No, there was no Bob Dylan.
No Bob Dylan.
That came later for me, and definitely a huge influence eventually, but yeah, watching my mum be a storyteller on stage and getting people laughing and crying, that was a real inspiration.
Was it an entrance into what we would call the folk music world, or were you into more rock and roll, electric guitars? What was your...
Yeah, I think...
What was your journey?
It was, I wanted to be in rock and roll from when I was about 5 years old. Mm-hmm. And I think I quickly realized I just wasn't cool enough. So... You know how they say you got to be cool to be in rock and roll. But my first instrument was an electric guitar, a terrible $100 guitar my dad got me, but that was where I learned how to play Jimi Hendrix, and that was what I was hoping to do.
And eventually, you got voted as one of the 100 most influential people by Melbourne Magazine in Australia. I mean, so something worked out.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. They must have just had a brain freeze that day. But it was, that was a time when I put out my first album, and I guess I was getting a name around town, and
Well, everything was going great, and then one stormy day, you got introduced to an F3 tornado. What happened?
Yeah, so... we moved to...
This is real.
Yeah, this is real. Sorry, I know. Clowns, comedians, tornadoes.
Tornadoes.
Sounds ridiculous.
Bob Dylan, it's all working together.
No, I mean, that's how my mum brought me up. She's like, we don't have enough brains to think of magical stories, just tell the truth. So this is it. We moved to Nashville, and I'd always dreamed of chasing storms, seeing them on the back of trucks, chasing tornadoes. But we had no idea one night that this F3 tornado hit our neighborhood. I looked out the window and literally saw an A-frame of a whole roof of somebody's house. I didn't know what it was at first. It was small, bigger, and it flew over the top of our house, and we got our little foster dog out of the crate and ran into the closet, and luckily our house was spared, but the rest of the neighborhood, 1 in every 2 houses was flattened, and that was in East Nashville, 2020, yeah. Right.
Well, even Kentucky got pretty hammered by that too. So I mean, there was a lot of damage going on. Yeah. Tropical Depression is the name of the new album, and a lot of the songs on that album had to do with those experiences that you're just talking about.
Yeah. Well, I think what I realized was that those weather events, severe weather, it impacts you like on a physical level, a mental level. And I realized my anxiety got out of control over those next few years. And so this album is kind of about where severe weather meets mental health issues. And it was where I had to learn how to take care of myself.
And how to cope.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure music is... We've talked about this with other artists, too, that have struggled. There's nothing abnormal about that. This is a stress-filled, anxiety-ridden culture globally that we're living in right now. And music is a very soothing part of the healing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely what gets me through, like trying to work out my inner thoughts, my problems, my desires, my love, yearning. Like ever since I was a kid, that's why I started, because I had this yearning to find love, yearning for peace in the world. Like, I know that all sounds very cliche, but that's what I wanted, and that's what I thought you could maybe get out of a song.
The world needs a lot more cliches these days. Definitely. Let's get back into your music. This is a song called I Could Die Looking at You. It is Jordi Lane from Australia on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
great-great-granddaughter to Clancy of the Overflow. He a good friend from way back then, oh, the bush poet named Banjo. We went out drinking dark ale. She said, you know, I'm a poet too. But all I could murmur back to her was I could die looking at you. Yeah, I could die looking at you. Well, on this road you put your trust in strangers and to take wrong turns with too much time to think and far too many drinks, but like the way that whiskey burns. Then like a bird you swooped down, you edged closer, but then off you flew. I was lucky you didn't stay there with me, for I almost died looking at you. I could die looking at you. Well, this 3-day love affair was over now. It all felt like a dream. Those sweet drunken mornings we'd be down in the Villes, dirty CBD. Well, I ever drove the northern plains, see that ghost of Clancy riding through. 'Cause for now I'm a flying south back home, just thinking that I almost died looking at you, of the overflow. Yeah, just like Banjo, I'm stuck back in a city where people don't have time to grow. Was it Morocco or Spain where we said we'd run away to leave our woe anew? Or maybe when we're old we'll meet again. Yeah, we'll meet again. And then I can die looking at you. Yeah, I could die just looking at you.
I Could Die Looking at You from his album Sleeping Patterns. Jordi Lane, if you want to find out more information about Jordi Lane, his music, if you want to make his music part of your home music collection, we invite you to go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 1116. You can find out more about Jordi Lane as well as our next artist, who comes from the Pacific Northwest. He has an Australian connection as well. We'll talk to him in a second, but first, from his album Sedalia Blues, this is a tune called Lucky Man. It's Cletus Carr on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
Well, I sure ain't rich, I ain't exactly broke. Got some loyal friends, I know a lot of nice folks. Try to live my life by no one else's plans. I'm a lucky man. Gotta go back home where she sings with songs. I can watch her walk up and down the hall all day long. She loves me for who I really am. I'm a lucky man. I'm a lucky man. I got two great kids, they don't ask for much. Oh, they're out there living their lives, but they keep in touch. I give them both a hug, yeah, whenever I can, 'cause I'm a lucky man. I'm a lucky man. All those rats you see in the distance, they don't know where I stand. I got a few more years, no time for tears. I'm a lucky man. Yeah, I'm a lucky man.
Good guitar picking. Cletus Carr from his album Sedalia Blues, Lucky Man is the song. It's nice to have you here, Cletus. Thanks so much.
Thank you. It's good to be here. It's good to be anywhere.
Good to be anywhere. So originally you grew up around Portland, Oregon, and they're in the Pacific Northwest. And your family goes on vacation to Australia, and it turned into be a lifelong career for you.
Oh, I've got family down there as well. I've got an older half-sister born and raised in Brisbane, and I wanted to go down and spend some time. Got caught up with a lot of the rock and roll crowd there, and decided I was having a better time there than I was starving in Los Angeles and New York. So over the years, it's become something of a home.
Yeah, if you're going to starve, it might as well be in Australia, right? Sure. You were there for just a little bit, and you found yourself working with some different rock and roll bands and stuff right away. And some of the folks you started performing with was AC/DC. Or members of. Yeah. When everyone was off the road, we would all sort of congregate and put a new band together and just maraud up and down the coast for a while. And it was a lot of fun getting to play with these people. How does one make connections like that so quickly? And, you know, these are major guys that you started performing with. A lot of them I knew from the Los Angeles days, and I kind of reconnected with a couple of people, and then you took your Rolodex with you. Right? I did. Scribbled down on bits of paper. Right. That worked. Now, you come from somewhat of a musical family. Your family was very much into country music and associated with Ray Price and others like that. I mean, what was that like for you growing up? It was my earliest memories were going to my family, my father's side of the family. Most of them played. They come from the Midwest, from Missouri and all that originally. All my early memories are going to these family reunions, and there'd be drums and amps and pedal steels and guitars, and everyone played, and that just became the norm. Was guitar like your first interest, or were you into other instruments before you picked up the guitar? I was playing around with a bit of everything, but keyboards was really where I started. Really? All my early bands in high school, I was playing piano and organ mostly. You know, it's interesting because the guitar is one plane, and the piano is a completely different plane, so it's a whole different mental process to go from piano to guitar. Was that hard for you? I always liked guitar. It's just that everybody was a guitar player. And when they found out I could play keyboards and also some guitar and bass, then I got more gigs, so I went with that. Well, gigs became a sort of a way of life for you. Just to brag on you a little bit, you shared the stage with Tom Petty, John Mellencamp, Elvis Costello, Joan Jett, just to name a few. Just name dropping. Just a little bit of name dropping. But you go from Australia back to the States. You're sort of home-based in Nashville right now for the time being. Yeah, I go back and forth regularly now. I've got kids and grandkids in Australia, but I come back to Nashville for the work of the industry and the music side. Well, we're going to talk to you more in the second half hour, but right now let's get back to your album. Sedalia Blues is the name of the album. This is a tune called Stones. It's Cletus Carr on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio Hour. Take a walk out in the garden, feel the stones beneath your shoes. Ain't no getting around the truth.
There's a technicolor sunset, but all you see is gray. Clouds hang in your way. Could it be you believe there's seeds left to sow? No one else to blame for being left alone. Could it be you lost a diamond, or you collected stones? All we ever have a chance is every key unlocks a door. Every wave finds a shore. So take the glass fashion on the stones beneath your feet. Turn your back on what you seek. Yeah, yeah. Could it be you believe there's seeds left to sow? No one else to blame for being left alone. Could it be you lost a diamond, or you collected stones? In another life, everything's alright. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In another world, you're throwing swine at pearls. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could it be you believe there's dreams in the stones? No one left to say you dream them alone. Could it be you lost a diamond, or you collected stones? Could it be you lost a diamond, or you collected stones? Could it be you lost a diamond?
From his album Sedalia Blues, Stones, Cletus Carr is on our broadcast. We also have another wonderful artist from Australia. His name is Jordi Lane. Oh, and wait till you meet this week's WoodSongs kid. We will be back right after this.
You're listening to WoodSongs Show number 1116, broadcasting around the world by the foothills of Appalachia in Lexington, Kentucky. If you would like to attend a WoodSongs broadcast, you can find reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com. We'll be back after the break with Jordi Lane, Cletus Carr, and our amazing WoodSongs kid on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. WoodSongs is presented in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting families from all over the world to celebrate Lexington's 250th anniversary year. WoodSongs is an all-volunteer run multimedia front porch for artists worldwide. You can visit our archive of past shows, attend a broadcast while in Kentucky, or become a WoodSongs partner from our website, woodsongs.com.
Sunshine, and you're listening to the folk singer Michael Jonathan and the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And thank you, Emmy Sunshine. Great ukulele player. And welcome everybody back to our broadcast. We're celebrating this amazing show with these great singer-songwriters. And you're joining us here at the historic Lyric Theater in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky, the crossroads of America's folk and bluegrass music, the gateway city to the magnificent Appalachian Mountains. We are broadcasting on well over 500 radio stations. We just want to brag on a few of them, like WUTC, University of Tennessee in Chattanooga, WBGU, Bowling Green University in Ohio, KMXT Radio in Kodiak, Alaska, Spokane Public Radio in Washington. We've got Red River Radio Network across Louisiana, Texas, and Arkansas, Dublin City FM in Dublin, Ireland, great stations like Lace Radio in Coomba, Australia. We've got, Magic FM in New Zealand. We've got Country Radio 105.2 in New Zealand. Oh my gosh, there's so many out there. We're grateful for all of them. Getting to listen to this wonderful broadcast of grassroots music. We're also on American Forces Radio Network. It puts this show on the radio, 2 different channels in 177 nations, from South Korea to Kuwait, plus every single military base in the world, every U.S. naval ship in the world, every Coast Guard vessel sailing in North America. And as always, especially these days, we want to make sure we say hello to all the men and women out there. We need them. All the fans and folks that get to tune into those stations. We're on public television coast to coast, the RFD television network nationwide. We're also in schools with lesson plans. If you're a parent, if you're a homeschool parent or a teacher, go to WoodSongs website, click on the classroom page. You'll see what we have in store for you. That's why this time of every broadcast, we invite a youngster from somewhere in America to come on the show. They get to sing one song in the presence of seasoned touring artists like Jordi Lane, like Cletus Carr. And this week, we've got a wonderful 14-year-old. Let's welcome Mia LaQuire. How you doing, Mia?
I'm doing good.
14 years old, from the mountains of Appalachia.
Oh,
right?
yes. Oh,
right?
yes.
So a little town called Banner.
Oh, yeah.
Now, where would folks find Banner? It's between 2 larger hometowns, right?
It's between Pikeville and Prestonsburg, but it's right in between them, so I'm pretty much equal distance from Prestonsburg and equal distance to Pikeville.
Right there in the belly button between the 2 of them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I lived not too far from there for a while in a little hamlet called Mousie, Kentucky.
Yeah.
M-O-U-S-I-E, Mousie, Kentucky. It's just a couple of mountains away from Minnie, Kentucky. 0.7 of a mile from Booger Branch. Now, this was a great place where I learned folk music. I went up and down the hollers with my guitar and banjo, and folks are so sweet and so kind and so musical. And is that how you grew up around?
Oh, yes. I grew up around where I live. There's so much music. Like, I grew up listening to shows that had music. You know, toys that I had when I was younger, all was relating to music. And my family, of course, is all music fans, so you know, I just grew up around it, and I always loved to sing, so that's what I'm still doing today.
Well, you're sort of in the fertile birthing ground of so many artists, right? The Highway 23, they call it the Country Music Highway. Just name a few of the artists that come from your area that folks would know.
So right next to, Floyd County, there's Paintsville, which is where Chris Stapleton is from. And, Rebecca Lynn Howard, Tom T. Hall, those kind of people, they all came from right around where I live, which is really inspiring to me.
Yeah, Ricky Skaggs.
Skaggs,
you have Loretta Lynn is from there, and Crystal as well, her sister.
Yes.
You've got Dwight Yoakam is up the road. I mean, there's Billy Ray Cyrus for a while was right there in Ashland, right?
Yeah,
so there's so many out there, and it's a wonderful, wonderful musical community. Folks should go out and visit.
Yeah.
So you got the music bug. You love to perform, right?
I do. I love performing and I love singing ever since I was younger.
And obviously you like to write because you're about to perform a song that you wrote.
I do. It's a new thing for me. I started writing about, a year and a half ago, and I was like, I'm going to try to sit down and write because some of my friends have been doing it. So I was like, I'm going to take a shot at it. And now I'm here today performing an original I wrote about a year ago.
So the public, if they're listening and they just wanted to start writing songs that in 18 months, like you, they could be on a national broadcast in front of artists from Australia.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right, okay, so let's go ahead and listen to it. It's called Heartbreaker. Now, you're 14.
Yeah, I am.
Heartbreaker.
Heartbreaker.
Okay. Your parents know about this?
Yeah, they do. They know about it.
They're here, right?
They're here. Yeah, they're out here somewhere.
Okay, you've got Avery Peters going to play acoustic guitar with
Yes,
you,
I
but you're
am.
going to sing it. It's called Heartbreaker. Mia LaQuire, she's 14 years old, this week's WoodSongs Kid.
I don't want to know what it feels like to lose someone who cares, because it hurts so bad to lose you when you didn't care at all. I don't understand where things went wrong, 'cause I don't see a fault line. I used to think that we belong, but now you're my ex-Valentine. Heartbreaker, 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 you go breaking hearts all the time. Heartbreaker, 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 breaking hearts just like mine. I'm no good for you, I don't want you to call me late tonight. Heartbreaker, 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 said you love me, but you lied. I thought you were yourself, but it turns out you were always someone else. Even though you left me speechless when you looked in my eyes, but you left me dreamless here in the dark. I thought you were an angel, but I've realized you are the devil in disguise. Heartbreaker, 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 you go breaking hearts all the time. Heartbreaker, 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 breaking hearts just like mine. I'm no good for you, I don't want you to call me late tonight. Heartbreaker, 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 said you love me, but you lied.
14 years old, Mia LaQuire, this week's WoodSongs Kid, singing about the devil in disguise. 14 years old. Good job. If you've got a youngster that you think belongs on our broadcast, if you're a parent or guardian, we certainly want to hear from you. You go to the WoodSongs website, click on the kids page. We look at every single submission that comes in, and congratulations, Mia. Good job on that. He started out when he was pretty young, too, in Australia. He's got a new album called Tropical Depression. This is a tune called Friends. Jordi Lane on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio
Hour. Walking, talking to friends that aren't there. Always to lean on when life don't seem fair. People cross the road like they don't understand. But I got all these friends, no, I'm not a lonely man. I am free like a bird, but I've not yet learned to fly. So come on, cross on over. Don't be scared of the light. Thinking, drinking, the ones we have lost. No finer excuse or reason to get drunk. I thought I gave it everything I got. But what if my ship has not yet sunk? I could be free like a bird, yet I've not yet learned to fly. So come on, cross on over. Don't be scared of the light. cross on over to the other side. Don't be scared of the light. That's as jazzy as I get. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of doing bad notes either, because this will be stuck on record forever. Don't be scared of the other side. Yep, that's how I messed it up. I had a really good bluegrass riff.
Del McCurry will forgive you. No problem. Jordi Lane from his album Tropical Depressions. Friends is the name of the song. Nice guitar parts, though.
Oh, I mean, thank you.
Standard tuning, you're capoed up 3, but standard tuning on the guitar?
So my low E and high E both drop down to D.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so guitar players will hear that ringing that's going on in your guitar, and that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to, the more fingers that are pressing down on it, the worse that it gets.
Right.
So just try and stay out of the way.
Relieve the pressure, right. I'm going to brag on you a little bit. Speaking of brag, you've toured with Billy Bragg, Old Crow Medicine Show, the Moody Blues. How on earth did you get that?
You want to hear about that?
Sure, tell me.
Oh my
Give me
God.
the Cliff Notes version.
Okay, so in Australia, they had this rule for about 2 years where any large act, stadium or big theatres, had to get an Australian to open for them. Now, they never have openers. They do 2 big, long sets. So when I got there, their tour manager was like, now, Jordi, he was American, he's like, the last band to open for the Moody Blues, you know who that was? Sorry, I'm doing a really bad Southern accent. You know who that band was? The year was 1961 or something. It was the Beatles. And I'm like, what? And he goes, so we don't have openers, so you're allowed to do 12 minutes per night.
But it was a big crowd, I bet.
It was about 5,000 people a night.
Is that all?
Yeah,
well, usually folk singers perform in the folk music witness protection program. There's like 14 people sitting out there, so that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it was great fun.
Well, and you've got a lot of great songs that you've been able to perform literally all over the world. You've also been involved with television shows and stuff in Australia. So
yeah, scoring.
Very
music,
wide scope to your resume.
Yeah, I mean, got to stay open-minded if you want to survive.
Well, you're surviving pretty good. You're going to do a great song for us right now. It's called Black Diamonds. It's Jordi Lane on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. One man is guitar and a harmonica. From his album Glassell Land, Black Diamonds is the song. Jordi Lane is the artist, all the way from Australia. Like we said in the first half hour, if you want to revisit the music of Jordi Lane, if you want to make his music part of your home music collection, all you do is go to the WoodSongs website and click on the archive page. This is show number 1116. You get to watch in living color what he's doing, what you're hearing on the radio, as well as our next artist. He is from the Pacific Northwest. He's also made his home in Australia as well. He's going to do the title cut of one of his albums called Trouble in Me. Please welcome back Cletus Carr to the WoodSongs Old Time
Radio. Trouble comes easy to people like me. Trouble comes natural, I think you'd agree. Yeah, you don't need a crystal ball to know which way the chips will fall, 'cause you see, it's trouble in me. Trouble's my shadow, my evil twin, like a lamb to the slaughter, wolf in sheepskin. Yeah, try my best to hide, no, right there, right by my side, a bad dream, trouble in me. Trouble comes knocking, lets itself in the door, makes itself right at home, like it's been there before. Yeah, try my best to hide, it's always there right by my side, a bad dream, it's trouble in me. Trouble comes easy every time. If it weren't for trouble, I'd be just fine. Yeah, I'd be like a skipping stone, sailing away across the ocean sea. No trouble, just me. I can't get free. Trouble in me. Yeah, hear my plea. Trouble in me.
Good song. Trouble in Me, title cut from one of his albums, Cletus Carr. I mean, you are a man of all colors here. You are a multi-instrumentalist, you're a producer, you're a facilitator, you're a teacher, you're an author, wine collector. Tell me about that part.
The wine collection doesn't last very long, so that's still a work in progress.
So is this like a serious passion of yours, or just a imbibing hobby?
I suppose probably a little bit of both. And again, being in Australia, being very famous for its great wines.
Yeah.
It's, and I'm sure Jordi, we've talked about this. We've been friends for a long time, by the way, us too. And we've done a lot of gigs in the wineries. They've always been very lucrative. And you happen to get given a little bit of free wine once in a while. I mean, who's going to argue?
Well, Kentucky is a bourbon country, but it's also the third largest wine producer in America. So, we speak the language. Jordi was talking about, dealing with his, emotional aspects and his mental health and stuff. You've had some health problems, too, that you've had to overcome. And for musicians to keep going forward when they have physical issues, that's a lot of effort. That's a lot of belief in what you want to keep going forward doing, isn't it?
It is a tough thing to do. I've had a couple of things over the years, a little cancer bout some years ago, but my main problem now is I have tendinitis. And so I have to do a lot of stretching and take all these things and fish oil and stuff to get my hands working again. And it's just how it is. So if I want to keep playing music frankly, I don't know what else to do, so I've just got to learn to deal with it and shine
Isn't it amazing how the love for something, it doesn't have to be music, it could be anything. The love for something is what drives the arts forward. It's what drives artists forward. And you're finding that in yourself with the issues that you've had to deal with.
Well, not only that, but also the way the industry has changed a great deal. We've had streaming and things that have changed the way that people consume music, the way that we songwriters and artists make money has changed. They're all challenges that we have to adapt to and overcome and simply try to take the best, most positive way we can to deal with it.
Well, let's explore that a little bit, because a lot of the public doesn't realize, I mean, they hear about the trouble with streaming and stuff, but what they don't realize is that, you know, a lot of songwriters get paid when the hard copy item gets sold when another artist plays your songs. And that has dried up because nobody's buying CDs anymore. You know, the album product is gone. And so that's another income stream for these songwriters that is just gone.
Indeed. The goalposts have changed. And basically what we as artists always ask you audience to do, everyone listening at home, everyone here in the room, if you want to support your favorite artists, do so in person. Buy their albums from them, buy their merchandise, their t-shirts, whatever, because the other ways through streaming and video and stuff, we don't see much of that.
Yeah, and I think another thing that the public doesn't realize is that every single record store chain in America has closed. There's the few little mom and pop stores, which we love them. They're keeping the dream alive. But the chains of record stores are gone. Nobody dreamed 5 or 6 years ago that the biggest retailer of CDs in America was going to be Cracker Barrel. Really? And then, yet that's what has happened. So it's tough. And a lot of artists in the rural communities have it even harder, don't they?
Indeed. There's fewer and fewer resources. However, again, the internet is good. If you develop a relationship with an artist or a band you like, sign up for their mailing list, get their newsletter, send them emails, and when they put out something new, get it, tell your friends about it, and we have to go back to a grassroots way because, as you say, the big stores are simply not an option anymore.
Yeah, and it has changed, and it goes back to that love part. The artists have to genuinely love what they're doing, what they're trying to do, what they're trying to reach with their music, because those goalposts have changed, and the approach to the audience is so much different. Because, you know, we talk about the internet, but we have to remember there are thousands and thousands and thousands of songs hitting the public all at once because of that. And it's hard to decipher through it all if you're just someone of the general public, right?
Indeed. I read a statistic a while back that in the year 2020, there was a little thing called the pandemic. I'm not sure if anybody remembers it.
Heard about it.
Yeah. I think it might have been on the news somewhere. More independent music was released during 2020 than in the 10 years prior combined, because everyone was stuck at home with their home recording studios. And the question is, how do you stand out?
Yeah, it became a tsunami of vibrating air after the pandemic, and I think the public is still trying to sort through it. The nice thing about WoodSongs is we only let them hear one song at a time, and you're about to sing one too from your album Sedalia Blues. This is a tune called "All I Can Think Of Is You." It's Cletus Carr on the WoodSongs.
Well, it's Friday night, got my first beer. Look around the bar and I'm rubbing my scars. Nothing seems too clear. It's a foreign land, I've seen quite a few. No kings and queens, bums from the streets. I never met someone like you. Well, they say there's luck. I know I do, 'cause I've just arrived in some far-flung dive, but all I can think of is you. Well, the barmaid scowls as she floats across the floor. She pours me a drink, but I'm too tired to think if I've got money for more. I'll find my way back to your heart. God only knows if I have enough soul to keep things falling apart. Well, they say there's luck. I know I'm due. Well, I'm drunk and alone. I wish I was home, 'cause all I can think of is you. Love comes and goes. Look who it chose. Well, it's Friday night. Well, now it is for you. Forgive me that beer, but I've had a few beers and all I can think of is you. Well, they say there's luck. I know I'm due. Well, I'm smashed and trashed, all out of cash, and all I can think of is you. Drunk and alone, I wish I was home. And all I can think of is you. Is you. Is you. Oh.
Wasn't it great having Cletus Carr on our broadcast? All the way from the Appalachian Mountains, 14-year-old Mia LaQuire, this week's WoodSongs kid. Great to have you here. And from Australia, Jordi Lane, what a great artist. What binds all of them together, what binds you to them, what binds them to you as well, is this thing called love. This is a real thing. It's what binds the music world together, the art world together. You know, there's a great artist that said that there's peace even in the storm. In a world of peace and love, music would be the universal language. Vincent van Gogh said that. Someone who genuinely loved what he was doing. You can do that too. You take your guitar, your instrument, no matter how big or small your audience is, love them. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer. I am a song farmer. We'll see you next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. Good night.
You've been listening to WoodSongs podcast number 1116. Our chief engineer is Jerome Galt. Our TV director is Maria Clarish. Technical assistants are Brian Klausing, Eric Anderson, Dan Field, and Gavin Clark. The WoodSongs crew member of the week is Gina Mandello. Our WoodSongs partner of the week is Rita Craven. And our show is produced with the support of Martin Guitars, the Kentucky Department of Tourism, and VisitLex.com, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky. Special support provided by Hyper Spring Water, the Clarion Hotel, Nate's Coffee, and Travel Host Magazine. WoodSongs and WoodSongs are registered trademarks of Rachel Aubrey Music and distributed worldwide by the WoodSongs Radio Network and PRX, the Public Radio Exchange. For Michael Jonathan and the entire WoodSongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you'll join us again next week for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. The online version of WoodSongs is a free gift to our fans, provided by VisitLex.com and KentuckyTourism.com, inviting fans and families worldwide to attend our live broadcast tapings at the Lyric Theater in historic Lexington, Kentucky. The encore section is next. You can support our massive online archive of shows by becoming a WoodSongs partner. It's as simple as a PayPal click on our website, woodsongs.com.
Let's give Dorothy a big hand. She does this every single week. You guys did great, too. Thank you so much for braving the parking and everything else and joining us on a beautiful Monday evening here in Lexington. We're going to get on with the encores. I think we'll go in reverse order. We'll start with Cletus and then Miss Mia, and then we'll end the evening with Jordi. So, Cletus, you want to come up? And what do you want to play for us?
All right.
And if Amelia's out there, I'd like Amelia to come on stage over here. Astrid, sorry.
This is the encore tune?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm just waiting on getting the sound here. 1, 2, 2, 2. There we go. There we are. All right, just a real short introduction, if I may. Just this, I do songwriting workshops and like working with younger artists and established artists. One day, we were talking about all the songs that have the word I in the title of the song, or the main thrust of the song. And I started writing them down as the class was throwing them at me. Later on that night, I looked at it. I thought, wow, look at all these song titles with I in them. I could make a whole song out of that. And I did. What else would you call it but the I tune? I got friends in little places. I'm a walk, I am an island. Been to paradise, but I've never been to me. I walked the line, I saw the light. Yeah, I see clearly now, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Well, I want you to want me. I've been searching for a heart of gold. I'm being followed by a moon shadow, and I don't want to miss a thing. I'm a man of constant sorrow. I've been everywhere. I want to dance with somebody that loves me. I would walk 500 miles. I feel it coming in the air tonight. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. I've been loving you too long. I want to know what love is. I don't need a lover, I just need a friend. I just died in your arms tonight. I am woman, hear me roar. I've had the time of my life. 'Cause I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that. Yeah, I'm sorry, so sorry. I fought the law and I feel good. I love a rainy night, I am, I said, and I shot the sheriff. I fall to pieces, I feel fine. I second that emotion. 'Cause I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. I am the Eggman, they are the Eggmen. I am the walrus. And I, not your stepping stone. Bit of fun.
I like that. Thank you, Cletus Carr. So we're going to get ready for our WoodSongs Kid, but we are very, very proud of our WoodSongs crew, and they all have this diverse backgrounds. Miss Camille over here is working for University of Kentucky now, right? Jerome Galt, our amazing chief engineer, was a teacher in the school systems around Fayette County and such. Brian Clausing works for the Lexington Public Library. All of them together never really did what they're doing now, but they've learned the process of doing an international broadcast, and I thought it'd be fun to interview one of our crew members so folks could meet them. Let's welcome Astrid to the stage. Astrid. So I'm gonna move you in here, okay? So tell everybody what you do here at WoodSongs.
So I am relatively new here. This is actually my third WoodSongs ever, and I'm so happy to be here. Typically, I do a lot of loading in, loading out, helping with, managing the stage, helping with, today is my first day on camera, actually, and just being as helpful as I can.
So you're a camera person on national broadcast, right? Well, what you're doing on the camera actually makes it to public television and RFD TV. Now we're gonna kick you upstairs. What are you gonna be learning up there?
I am very happy that I'm actually going to be getting some mentoring and learning how to direct for television.
Right. Did you ever do that before?
No, not really.
No. Now, what we found out today, which we did not know about, okay, you have an interesting family background, right? So tell us about your dad.
So my dad, his name is Vaylor Trucks, but most people know me or my family through my grandfather, Butch Trucks, or my uncle, Derek Trucks, and they're all pretty successful musicians.
And who is your father a drummer for?
My grandfather was was the drummer for the Allman Brothers Band.
And so now you're a part of the WoodSongs crew, right?
Yes.
Tell your Uncle Derek he's more than welcome to come on WoodSongs. Let's give Astrid a big hand. Oh, I'm going to let you introduce the kid, okay? Repeat after me. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Please become a WoodSongs partner.
Please become a WoodSongs partner.
So I can impress Uncle Derek.
So I can impress Uncle Derek.
Please welcome.
Please welcome.
Mia LaQuire, this week's WoodSongs kid.
Mia LaQuire, this week's WoodSongs kid.
Time needs to slow down, and years don't need to go faster. Dreams need to be chased and never should be forgotten. 'Cause this is your life that you're making. You get one chance to make it right. Don't waste your time on silly things. Always keep a melody in your mind. Travel the open road. Adventure awaits, look and see. Feel the wind blow through your hair and feel wild and free. 'Cause this is your life that you're making. You get one chance to make it right. Don't waste your time on silly things. Always keep a melody in your mind. Find the Lord and study His word. He will save you from the shadows that lie ahead. 'Cause this is your life that you're making. You get one chance to make it right. Don't waste your time on silly things. Always keep a melody in your mind. 'Cause this is your life that you're making. You get one chance to make it right. Don't waste your time on silly things. Always keep a melody in your mind. Time needs to slow down.
Thank you so much.
Mia LaQuire, good job. 14 years old. Thank you, Avery Peters. Good job there. And we're next week on WoodSongs. You're not going to want to miss this. He's Waylon Jennings' grandson. Way Jennings is going to be on the broadcast. It's going to be a pretty dynamic story that he's got going on. So next week on WoodSongs, certainly be here for that. And Jordi, what are you going to play for us?
Things. Oh, yep, back on. I thought I'd do a song that these guys can all jam along to. It's an original, but it sort of sits around the same chord, so we'll see if we can do it. It's called Back Out There, and it's all about when I was dreaming about getting back out on the road when we couldn't do it for a couple of years. And I hope it's all right to mention, I don't know, do you all have any merchandise out the front? Okay, so...
Old clothes, shoes.
So it's
anything
just me.
Your mom doesn't want?
I think it's just me. I've got a bunch of CDs, and I've even got these things called cassette tapes. If you're interested in one of those, I'll be out the front selling those. So, and as Cletus and Michael said, it really goes a long way. So, all right, let's try this. It's called Back Out There. This one's too long for radio. Barking at the back door, howling for a fee. My mama's in the bathroom, she's crying on her knees. Them trees above her blowing, and them branches half past broke. Since the twister came through last year, even the soft breeze that makes me choke. Well, I've been looking for a new job since losing one last week. Yeah, I gotta make it to this valley and back up to the peak. 'Cause when no one else is out there, this really ain't much fun. I guess they're hiding in their basements if they're lucky to have one. Now Martha may be nimble and Jimmy tries to tell a joke. A little Susie's scared out of her brain and cousin Timmy's found the coke. A cola that I'm talking, for this is a family song. Yeah, I promise to be concise as I can, it won't take that long. I bet nothing simple as it seems, here comes another wave. Yeah, you hold your breath and jump on under to a boiler room rave, where Fat Boy Slim is in heaven and holders fill me up. I remember that festival, big day out in 99, I think it was. Give us a big Cletus. Cletus car, everybody. Hey Avery, you want to give us a bit of some of that flap picking? I gotta get back out there, back on the scene. Yeah, I'll get my name in lights and my face in magazines. Oh, yeah, I'll pay a publicist everything I got. It'll be so damn beautiful. They'll get me on some underground Norwegian blog. As the world is opening back up to the heavens above, all them aliens holding out their big old hands, all full of love, singing, come out to meet me, out in the cold. Yeah, we'll jump across these junk satellites just like stepping stones. Spontaneous prose, it's not as good as editing for 3 days. No, ain't nobody got time for that 15-second song Spotify's Daniel Ek wants me to make now. Some might say I'm rambling just like my mate Steve Poltz. Yeah, but he came to me in this dream, so I guess it's all his fault. back out there in reality. Flush down that crap and get a gig and set this birdie free. That was about 25 verses. Definitely not good for the radio. Sorry, Michael. That's why I left it till now. Thank you very much for having us, folks. First time in Lexington, Kentucky, all the way from Australia. Really appreciate being able to play to you folks and with these folks. Thank you for having us.
I got a spare room behind the barn for my Mac attack when I'm on the farm. You click it on, then you click around. See the cyber fun I found. Well, I'm a hayseed of the first degree. I'm a country boy from Tennessee.